A nun examines her reflection in still water. She is 78 years old, her skin is smooth, her complexion clear, her face unlined by the standards of her age. Outside the convent walls, women half her age look twice as old. She has never purchased a cream, never applied a chemical. She has followed the same ritual for 50 years. Cold water, ancient oils, monastery plants, that is all, and a $50 billion industry has built its empire on making sure you believe you need something more complicated. Stay with me. Number 4 is the cold water protocol. Swiss dermatologists incorporated into premium anti-aging treatments in 2018. Confirmed to reduce skin inflammation by 38%. Number 7 is the 2-ingredient monastery mask that outperformed retinol in a 2021 clinical trial. And number 13 is Hildegard von Bingen's 1158 skin system, confirmed by modern collagen research to be mechanically perfect. In every monastery with an apiary, raw honey was applied to the skin as regularly as it was consumed in food. Benedictine nuns documented honey face treatments with the same clinical precision they applied to wound care. Because to them, a honey mask was wound care for aging skin, maintaining barrier function and keeping cellular repair processes at their biological maximum. Raw honey creates an environment inhospitable to bacteria, maintains moisture through hygroscopic action, and delivers hydrogen peroxide killing pathogens without damaging cells. It contains gluconic acid, a gentle AHA producing natural exfoliation without abrasion. Propolis in unfiltered honey contains CAPE, inhibiting the inflammatory pathway that drives collagen-degrading enzymes. The same pathway targeted by the most expensive anti-aging serums. A 2015 dermatology study confirmed raw honey significantly reduced inflammatory skin markers and improved hydration compared to standard preparations. The monastery beekeeper harvested it from her own hives. It cost nothing. In monastery gardens of southern France, the wild rose was never merely decorative. When the fruit formed, monks collected the seeds. Cold-pressed rosehip seed oil was the monastery's primary skin treatment for aging and complexion. Irregularity, as standard as Compline prayer. Rosehip seed oil contains transretinoic acid, the natural precursor to retinol. The pharmaceutical industry built its most profitable anti-aging category on synthetic versions of what rosehip delivers naturally. A 2015 trial confirmed significant improvements in skin tone, hydration, and fine lines. It also contains linoleic acid and alpha-linolenic acid, restoring the lipid barrier aging compromises. Rosehip seed oil costs $12. Retinol serum costs $50 to $300, producing the same effect through a synthetic intermediate. Every Cistercian monastery that grew roses produced rosewater, not for fragrance, for skin. Steam distillation of rose petals was standard monastery pharmacy from the 10th century. Rosewater applied after cleansing, the first toning ritual in Western medical history. Rosewater contains phenylethanol and geraniol, maintaining the skin microbiome without disrupting natural pH. Its antioxidant flavonoids reduce oxidative damage, the primary mechanism of environmental skin aging. And its camphorol and quercetin inhibit the inflammatory cascade, driving collagen breakdown. A 2010 study confirmed rosewater's anti-inflammatory properties and ability to reduce skin redness. The monastery distilled it from their own garden. Every expensive facial toner is a complicated version of what monastery rosewater has done since the 10th century. Every morning in Cistercian monasteries, the monks and nuns performed the same ritual. They washed their faces in cold water, not cool, cold, drawn from stone cisterns and streams. The monastery medical tradition documented it as specific skin medicine for pore tightening and what medieval physicians called firmness of the complexion. Cold water causes immediate vasoconstriction, followed by reactive vasodilation, an influx of oxygenated blood stimulating the fibroblast cells that produce collagen and elastin. The Swiss clinic measured a 38% reduction in skin inflammatory markers after 4 weeks. The protocol costs nothing. When cosmetic chemists design an occlusive night cream, they are replicating what monastery apothecaries mastered in the 11th century. Beeswax, olive oil, sometimes infused with lavender or calendula, melted together, cooled, stored in clay pots, applied to the face each night. Beeswax creates a breathable seal, preventing transepidermal water loss. Olive oil delivers squalene and oleic acid, structurally identical to the skin's own sebum, protecting lipids from oxidative damage that cross-links collagen. A 2019 study confirmed olive oil-based preparations significantly improved skin barrier function compared to synthetic emollient creams, beeswax, and olive oil. 2 ingredients available everywhere. The basis of every expensive night cream formula sold for $150 with a different label. 5 treatments, all monastery, all confirmed by dermatological research, all costing less than $15 total. Leave a comment right now. Tell me which you are adding first. In the monastery medicinal garden, the plant the infirmarian could always count on was calendula. Its brilliant orange petals were harvested throughout the growing season, infused in olive oil, and used as the monastery's universal skin treatment for inflammation, dryness, aging, and the redness accompanying outdoor labor. Calendula contains oleanolic acid and ursolic acid, inhibiting the inflammatory enzymes driving skin aging. Its flavonoids protect skin cells from oxidative damage. Its mucilages maintain surface moisture while deeper repair proceeds. A 2013 trial found calendula significantly reduced radiation dermatitis. A 2009 study found it improved skin hydration and firmness. The monastery grew it for nothing. The skin of monks and nuns who used it daily maintained its integrity far longer than the general population. This is number 7. The one that outperformed retinol. A 2021 clinical trial compared a fermented oat and honey preparation against standard retinol cream in photoged skin. The oat-honey preparation produced comparable improvements in texture and fine lines, with significantly better outcomes for redness, irritation, and barrier function. No purging, no sun sensitivity, no pharmaceutical price tag. Ground oats mixed with raw honey, applied as a mask, left 20 minutes, rinsed. Oat avenanthramides reduce skin inflammation and support ceramide production. Honey delivers antimicrobial, humectant, and exfoliating properties simultaneously. In the kitchen, costs almost nothing. Outperforms the product the cosmetics industry built its anti-aging empire around. In Physica, written in 1158, Hildegard described violet flowers infused in almond oil, applied to face and neck to maintain skin appearance. Dosage, timing, expected effects, all specified, for 8 centuries dismissed as folklore. Violet flowers contain rutin strengthening capillary walls, mild salicylic acid producing gentle exfoliation, and hesperidin inhibiting hyaluronidase, the enzyme breaking down hyaluronic acid in the dermis, producing the loss of skin plumpness that characterizes aging. Inhibiting hyaluronidase. From violet flowers, the cosmetics industry sells hyaluronic acid serums for $200 for the same mechanism. Hildegard addressed with flowers from her garden. The monastery produced apple cider vinegar for a dozen purposes. One was the skin. Raw, unfiltered, diluted in water, applied after cleansing. Documented for uneven tone, skin congestion, and the roughness of sun-exposed aging skin. The skin's natural pH is between 4.5 and 5.5. This acidity is essential for antimicrobial defense, natural exfoliation, and lipid barrier maintenance. Most commercial cleansers are alkaline, disrupting this balance and leaving skin susceptible to barrier dysfunction and accelerated aging. Apple cider vinegar restores the skin's acidic pH immediately. Malic acid acts as an AHA, accelerating cellular turnover. Acetic acid creates an environment where acne bacteria cannot colonize. $2 per bottle. Diluted 1:4 with water. Every pH balancing toner sold at $25 is a complicated version of what the Monastery made for almost nothing. The Monastery understood what modern dermatology is only beginning to document. The skin reflects the internal environment. Poor skin was treated internally, not only topically. With nettle leaf tea, consumed daily. Stinging nettle is rich in silica, essential for collagen cross-linking, plus iron and vitamin C for collagen synthesis. Silica deficiency produces exactly the aging skin changes of lost firmness and structural integrity. The monks drank it for overall health. Their skin was the beneficiary. Modern dermatologists recommending collagen supplements target the same mechanism monastery nettle tea addressed for 800 years. The monastery kitchen was not low-fat. It was correctly fat: olive oil, walnuts, fatty fish, egg yolks, whole milk dairy, rich in oleic acid, linoleic acid, omega-3 fatty acids, and fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. Everything the skin uses as structural and protective material. The stratum corneum is a lipid bilayer built from the dietary fats you consume. Deficiency directly produces the dry, thin, fragile skin that characterizes accelerated aging. The low-fat dietary advice of the 1970s produced exactly the skin problems lipid deficiency causes. The supplement industry then sold omega-3 capsules for damage that correct dietary fat would have prevented. The monks ate correctly. The monastery kitchen was the anti-aging protocol. Every monastery produced lavender hydrosol, the floral water from lavender steam distillation, applied as an antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory face spray. Lavender hydrosol contains linalool and linalool acetate, inhibiting skin-colonizing bacteria, including Propionibacterium acnes, while reducing the inflammatory response. Both actions confirmed in peer-reviewed studies. The monastery distilled it as standard pharmacy. Every expensive facial mist is a marked-up version of what apothecaries produced routinely in the 12th century. In Physica, Hildegard documented a systematic approach to skin integrity across the lifespan. Specific foods, specific herbs, specific daily practices. Her dietary recommendations emphasized spelt, fresh vegetables, parsley, and fennel. Her topical preparations contained compounds now recognized as collagen-supporting and barrier-restoring. Hildegard described skin renewal as dependent on the quality of the blood and what she called the green force, viriditas. Modern collagen research identifies the same requirements: vitamin C, protein, iron, and reduced inflammation. Hildegard's protocol provided all for by 8 centuries of clinical observation that identified what modern biochemistry later named. In every monastery, sleep was not a suggestion. It was a rule. Consistent, total, the same schedule every night, without exception. During deep sleep, growth hormone peaks, driving fibroblast regeneration. Cortisol reaches its minimum, removing the collagenase activating signal. Blood flow to skin surface increases, delivering nutrients for overnight repair. One night of poor sleep measurably increases skin inflammatory markers. Irregular sleep timing measurably reduces hydration and accelerates visible aging. The monastery slept on schedule, in silence, in naturally cooled rooms, optimizing every condition for overnight skin repair. The $50 billion industry sells products to compensate for damage the monastery eliminated by sleeping correctly. We end with the most counterintuitive item on this list. The monastery routine provided no extended mirror time, no critical self-examination, no comparison to idealized images. Modern stress research confirms that mirror anxiety elevates cortisol, activating dizziness, suppressing immune surveillance, impairing barrier function, and disrupting the cellular signaling that coordinates skin renewal. The monastery produced acceptance and stillness, an absence of the chronic low-level stress now recognized as one of the most powerful accelerants of skin aging. The most powerful anti-aging intervention is free. The monks were not trying to stay young, they were trying to live well. And their skin was the visible evidence that living well and staying young may be the same thing. They built a $50 billion empire on your fear of aging, on the removal of every simple, natural solution a patent could not contain. The monastery had the answer in the garden, in the kitchen, in the apiary, and in the nightly routine of cold water, oil, and sleep. Share this with someone spending money they should not have to spend.